Well, it's FU Tube time again when you get to air your consumer grievances by simply showing us what the inside of your house looks like. First up, we have Nigel, whose
son's birthday was coming up and I decided to go shopping online. At Dick Smith Electronics,
Nigel bought an e-book reader and a Bluetooth dongle, but only the dongle arrived. And Dick Smith Electronics haven't got back to him for over 2 weeks. So Nigel's message was,
I've got a few things I'd like to say to Mr. Smith at Dick Smith Electronics.
Where's my present, Dick?
Where's the e-book reader, Dick? What's holding you up, Dick? I don't want your dongle, Dick.
Thanks, Nigel. We passed that on, and here's his official response.
I sold Dick Smith Electronics in 1982. Nigel, this Dick Smith reckons the other Dick Smith should send you a refund. Nigel, and I'll send your son a can of magnificent sliced beetroot too. Nigel. Happy birthday, Mr. Wilson! Fantastic!
This one looks like a slam dunk for Nigel. The Dick Smith Electronics returns policy is actually one of the better ones we've seen. Unlike the Mazda or Apple websites, it explains your consumer law rights in an upfront and clear way. If Dick Smith ever does get back to you, Nigel, you should be okay. But if you've been dicked around like that, Section 62 of the Consumer Law gives consumers a guarantee that services like delivery will occur within a reasonable time. Now an update about Anne Yang's musical FU to Star Trek Express. Unlike the service they gave Anne, Star Trek's response to last week's program was express. They've apologised and given her
that money back guarantee,
which is music to our ears. Although, as Anne points out,
it only took 5 phone calls, 2 months, 1 video, 1 media segment and 1 application to New South Wales Fair Trading.
That didn't sound like Anne. She's more like this.
It only took 5 phone calls, 2 months, 1 parody video, 1 media segment and 1 application to New South Wales Fair Trading.
And now to a regular complaint we received, disappearing flights.
Hi, my name's Ronan and I'm flying from Hobart to Canberra tomorrow as an unaccompanied minor. Oh yeah, and my bag's packed.
Ronan's problem is that Virgin cancelled direct flights between Canberra and Hobart. And because he's an unaccompanied minor, he can't take any non-direct flights. So now he's stuck in Canberra.
Just a minor with a major problem.
Ronan's situation is unique, but rescheduling or cancelling is a common problem. Linda told us about a similar situation involving an airline we were really hoping we wouldn't have to feature on FU Tube again.
I booked a number of Jetstar sale flights.
But then Jetstar changed the time of those flights.
I accepted their flight changes for 2 of my booked fares, but did not accept the other 2 because I couldn't be late into work. I wrote to Jetstar requesting my money be fully refunded.
They said no to a refund and no to a free transfer to a different flight because they told Belinda,
Flight times do not form part of your contract with us.
hang on, not part of the contract? It's interesting that Jetstar say that because when you turn up late to a flight with Jetstar,
non-refundable loss of fare. Check your itinerary for strict check-in and boarding times. Hang on, didn't you just say flight times don't matter?
Shut up.
and when you go to a website to book a flight, I'm sure you'd agree that you aren't just buying the right to go on a plane someday, you're booking a flight at a particular time for a particular purpose. Now, we're not saying that airlines shouldn't ever be able to change their flight times. Of course they will. But if they do, they should accept that that will break consumer law guarantees for some customers.
Exactly.
Traitor!
Which brings us back to poor Ronan, now stuck in Canberra.
They gave us 2 options. We could either get a full refund or I could have a shortened holiday.
So Ronan, you're lucky they offered you a refund, although arguably you got the stiffer penalty of being trapped in Canberra. But all airlines should realise that some customers may accept flight changes, but for others, a refund is the only fair and legal response. As for Ronan, we've contacted Virgin and they've agreed because they changed the flight that they'll get a staff member to travel with him and make sure he gets home safely. Which is probably a lot better than the idea we had, to find somebody in Canberra who can accompany him home. Somebody with a lot of time on their hands. Even Ronan didn't like it.
I'd rather just walk home.